Hello, everyone. Welcome to the NewsBrowse News broadcast. NPR's Tom Bowman reports on the urgent efforts to rescue a U.S. airman whose fighter jet was shot down in Iran. The report, which was heard on All Things Considered on April 5, 2026, details the high-stakes operation that led to the successful rescue of the American pilot. This news comes amidst growing tensions, highlighting the immediate dangers faced by military personnel in the region and the rapid response capabilities required in such critical situations. Washington Xinhua reports that U.S. President Donald Trump has hinted at potentially extending the deadline for Iran to reopen the Strait of Hormuz. On Sunday, Trump posted Tuesday 8 p.m. Eastern Time on social media, suggesting a new timeline. This comes after a series of escalating threats and postponements. Trump initially threatened on March 21st to hit and obliterate Iranian power plants if the strait wasn't fully opened within 48 hours. He then twice pushed back planned strikes, first for 5 days after productive conversations, and subsequently for 10 days until April 6. On Saturday, Trump reiterated a 48-hour ultimatum for Iran to strike a deal or face hell. Despite his earlier threats of Power Plant Day and Bridge Day by Tuesday, and an interview with the Wall Street Journal threatening to destroy all Iranian power plants, Trump also expressed optimism in a Fox interview that a deal could be reached by Monday. However, Iran has reportedly rejected a U.S. proposal for a 48-hour ceasefire, sent via a friendly country. UPI reports that OPEC Plus nations, including Saudi Arabia and Russia, announced a modest increase of 206,000 barrels per day in oil production on Sunday. This decision comes amidst ongoing conflict in Iran and the Persian Gulf, which has led to the crucial Strait of Hormuz remaining blocked and Iranian drone attacks targeting oil and gas facilities in several member countries like Kuwait, Bahrain, and the UAE. While the production boost is currently symbolic due to the shipping lane's closure, it signals the producer's intent to increase supply once the strait reopens and infrastructure is secured. The conflict has caused global oil prices to surge by nearly 60%, with gas prices in the United States exceeding $4 per gallon. U.S. President Donald Trump has issued threats to Iran, demanding the reopening of the strait by Tuesday or face destruction of its civilian and military infrastructure. Iran, however, remains defiant, with officials in Kuwait reporting significant material losses and a high number of shrapnel incidents from continued drone attacks. NTD News reports that China's economic slowdown is intensifying, causing widespread job losses, significant wage reductions, and a palpable decline in public confidence across the nation. Interviews with residents from various cities reveal a deteriorating landscape marked by business closures, layoffs, and a struggling private sector. Doctors, for instance, have seen their monthly incomes cut by half since the pandemic. Recent graduates face immense difficulty finding stable employment, with many accepting low-paying jobs or remaining at home in a phenomenon known as lying flat. Foreign companies are reportedly withdrawing from the Chinese market, exacerbating the lack of opportunities, while gig work becomes a reluctant fallback for many young people. Public spending is contracting as citizens hoard savings due to uncertainty about the future, despite official media painting a picture of a booming economy. Wealthier families are increasingly looking to move their assets and families overseas, reflecting a broader sentiment of disillusionment and a stark contrast to the optimism of earlier economic reform decades. According to Al Jazeera, Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelenskyy announced increased security cooperation with Syria following his visit to Damascus, marking his first trip to the Syrian capital since former leader Bashar al-Assad's removal in 2024. Zelenskyy stated that both nations agreed to collaborate for more security and opportunities for development, and expressed significant interest in exchanging military and security experience. Ukraine, having developed considerable expertise in countering drone attacks during its 4-year conflict with Russia, is offering this knowledge to Middle Eastern governments amid the ongoing U.S.-Israeli war on Iran. The conflict has seen Iran and its allies utilize various missiles and drones against U.S., Israeli, and Gulf targets. Ukraine has already secured long-term military cooperation agreements with Saudi Arabia and Qatar, with teams dispatched to those countries and the UAE. Discussions also included strengthening regional food security, with Ukraine reaffirming its role as a reliable grain supplier. That's all for this video. Thank you for watching. See you in the next video.